Good evening, if you're just signing on. I'm going to end up going on a rant. I know I'm going to end up going on a rant. I've got all the best intentions as I start this live stream. I've got all the best intentions. I want to talk about UKIP. I want to talk about GERARD Batten, and I want to talk about Nigel Farage. So, if you're just joining me, please share this video. I want to talk about how important it is that people show GERARD Batten support. Because right now, behind the scenes, he's under a lot of flack. You've seen Nigel Farage is out to destroy him. Nigel Farage is out to destroy UKIP. He has been, if you look at his appointments in leadership the last few times, it's very clear that what he's doing is intentional. What was his name? How relevant was he? Because I don't even remember his name. What was his name? Henry Bolton. Nigel chose Henry Bolton to lead that party. He done well, didn't he? And he knew he wouldn't do well. Nigel wants to be the only person remembered for anything successful with UKIP. That's what he wants. And he has purposely, since getting this referendum, been out to destroy anybody else. Been out to look at how he spoke about every single one of you. The tens of thousands of people who have been to attend my demonstrations. The millions of people who follow and support me online. Nigel Farage didn't just describe me as a thug, as a lout, as a scumbag. He described every one of you with your tattoos. How out of touch is Nigel Farage with society that he still thinks that everyone with a tattoo is a scumbag? It's 2018, Nigel, all right? In your little ivory tower, because you are a Toff, because you've always been a Toff. And what's quite frustrating is for years, you sat with a beer and you fooled the working class. You fooled them for years into thinking you cared about them and you really give a shit about working class Britain. Whereas the truth is you look down your nose upon them. You don't care about them. You frown upon them. And you've proven that in the last couple of weeks. And one thing that's been good is it completely exposed who you are. Now, the reason why, as I said, I knew I was going to end up going off on a rant. GERARD Batten comes along. GERARD Batten comes along without the aspiration to be a leader. GERARD Batten, who has dedicated his life since the start of UKIP. He doesn't have the aspiration. He doesn't want the profile. It's been forced upon him. And he's took it and he's led. And he said things that no other political leader has said or has been willing to say. He spoke the open and honest truth about Islam, about Muhammad. He's reached out on the street. He's gone out to communities to meet victims, to meet their families, to speak and shake the hands of ordinary people. And because of that, they're trying to destroy him. And that's why right now, if you have never signed up to a political party, there's a link I've put at the start of this video. If you care, and it's quite clear that he cares, because even by making me his advisor, even by reaching out to the people on the street, even by attending demonstrations on the street, he's shown that he's cared. He's shown the direction he wants to take UKIP in, and he wants to take it as a populist party that represents the working class people. Not a single issue party, which is exactly what it was. Well, he'll say it wasn't with Brexit, but my point in this video is he's made a sacrifice, he's reached out, and right now he's facing almighty flack. Someone resigned today from UKIP, an MEP called Patrick O'Flynn. Yeah, me too. Who is Patrick O'Flynn, right? But he's someone who's resigned today from UKIP. Great. You need to go anyway. If your ass isn't in the battle and you're not prepared to stand by anyone who's going to... The future politically, for any political party that wants to represent this country against globalist agenda, against the erosion of free speech, against the Islamisation of this nation, against the European Union, against all of these things, that political party is going to have to speak openly and honestly. It's going to have to represent the people who are not currently represented by any of those political parties. And to do that, if people get offended and want to leave, then good riddance, but they have to leave. But what I'm saying is, since Gerard Batten took over, there's been a 25% increase in membership of UKIP. You can add to that. You can do your part today. I've put a link in that. It's a one-off membership fee. It's what you'd spend going on a night out. Don't go on one night out. Join UKIP. Prove to Gerard, prove to UKIP that the move he's made is right. Even the move, I'm saying this partly of myself, even the move by supporting me. The role he's given me it's not a paid role. I'm not getting paid a penny by UKIP. But I see that the only way we solve this country's problems is with a political option. It's the only option. I can make as much noise as I want about Islam. We can all talk about all these problems. You will never solve them being on the outside talking in. If there's people sitting at a table, you need to be at that table. The only way that can happen in this country is politically. I think this country is ready for a political revolution. I think the working class are ready to get behind a party like they've never seen in this country. I think that all the other parties will look to UKIP and fear it. Fear the representation. Fear the support. So if you haven't joined, if you haven't, and you can, I know it's Christmas in 4 weeks. I know it's probably the wrong time to be asking people to outlay. They have a link on their website where you can join up for a few pounds a month. Yeah? A beer a month, basically. A beer a month to know that people are going to be out there sacrificing their time and fighting for your rights. Fighting for your children. Fighting for your future. And whilst it's tough enough standing up and doing that, Nigel Farage is completely out to destroy him. Completely out to try and get a vote of no confidence. If there was a vote of no confidence, it would be left to the membership of UKIP to make a decision on whether Gerard Batten should be leader. If you join now, you'll be able to take part in that vote. So my point is, join UKIP. Join UKIP, support them. Support the rally this coming Sunday on the 9th of December. The Brexit Betrayal Rally. It's a rally about Brexit, nothing else. It's not a rally about Islam. We will not be talking about Islam. It's a rally about Brexit. Plenty of people have done a lot over the last couple of decades to fight against the European Union. I was not one of them. If you look at Gerard Batten's life, if you look at many of these UKIP representatives' lives, many of the people involved in that party, they've worked tirelessly for this single issue. They have worked and fought for it. They deserve the gratitude for it. I merely organised a demonstration because I saw no one else talking about it. I don't deserve any gratitude on Brexit. It's UKIP that do deserve that. It's the likes of Gerard Batten who have sacrificed their time for that. And I think it's a massive opportunity for people to get out on the street and show their support for the issue. And this isn't about supporting Tommy Robinson. It's not even about supporting UKIP. It's about supporting Brexit. We're being betrayed. And most of the noise I make about the problems I talk about, that you can't begin to solve any of them unless we leave the European Union. And quite frankly, Theresa May does not want us to. And there'll be more coming on that. I have a meeting this week. We've been finalising details about the demonstration. What I'm saying is if you can, make your plans to be in London on the 9th of December. Sunday the 9th of December. They're trying to make Islamophobia a crime. Farage is strangely quiet since Brexit. Farage has spoke more out against me than he has against Theresa May's plans for Brexit. Does no one find that confusing? He has spoke more against myself and Gerard Batten than he has about Brexit and Theresa May. Does anyone else recognise that? Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to show my support to Gerard Batten, who I see coming under attack. I see loads of irrelevant people leaving UKIP that no one knew who they were, but that's neither here nor there. If they're not got the strength for the battle that lays ahead, then it's time they leave anyway. Never voted in my life, but I'll now vote UKIP. That's what I want to hear. Joined UKIP straight after the checkers. See you on the 9th. Never been into politics, as I think they're all corrupt, but you get my vote 100%. UKIP will be the only party. Please, again, I've put the details of how you can join on this message. If you can afford it, if you want to become part of a movement, of a people's movement, join UKIP. Join UKIP and let's see what the coming weeks hold. The other point is, for this demonstration that's coming up on the 9th, you all know, look what Nigel Farage has labelled the people attending as. Don't give them any ammunition. They will all be sat there hoping it fails. Hoping, and the minute it fails, he'll be all over every TV saying, see, I told you so. If you support the cause, you will remain completely calm. In the face of severe provocation, if you support the cause, if you're there for the right reasons and you don't want it to fail, you will remain completely calm. Because there will be provocation. We all know government-funded organisations, George Soros-funded organisations, will be out to try and ruin the day for every single one of us. You can't let them. If you come to the demonstration, if you can't control yourself in that sense, don't come. Because you'll ruin what we're trying to put across. You'll give them the ammunition that they need. That's it. You've just joined. Go on, James Harvey, UKIP's latest member. Go on, son. Why don't UKIP do a Labour and reduce the membership fee to £10? Basically, the minute UKIP involved themselves or stood up in support of me, all big donors they lost. Pretty much. So who wants them to have big donors? I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to have... If someone was paying me mega amounts of money, contrary to what people say, there's no Jewish people paying me huge amounts of money. Yeah? There's no American billionaires paying me a single penny. So don't believe the bullshit. But if they was, they'd be in control of what I say and how I say it. Would you not rather a political party by every single one of you? By the masses, by the people. That's not dictated to what they can say or how they can say or which agenda they're pushing. I think it's better that it's not. So, but to do that, every single individual has to join. Or the people who support that party, they need to join. And I do. I love this shop. I do. You're right. I love the shop. It's my latest hangout. It's my latest hangout. I'll come and nick some bits. But why is she running around talking to people? Never done it before. I will be their most prized member. Yeah, Bubba Cape Harris, that's right. Join them right now. Thank you, Jay. Share this. Speak to your friends, speak to your family. I know most people want to do something. They want to be involved. And through the state of this country, they can't. Because if they've got good jobs, if they say a word, if they open their mouths, they might lose their jobs. They might be tarnished. They might be it might affect their social circles. When no one's asking you to do a lot, just join. Just join. And if you join, that gives UKIP the ability to plan, to make plans, to form a proper resistance, and to politicise the movement that has formed. There's a mass movement of great, ordinary, decent British people that have formed, that want to fight, that love their country. Politicise them. Join the party, become a movement. And I loved my wife card. Do you know what's hilarious? My wife just messaged me, yeah? And sorry about this, babe. She said, someone direct messaged me saying, Brian McLaren is your real son. Yeah? Brian McLaren is this kid who's had the problem with the refugee kid. And my wife messaged me saying, oh, please don't tell me this is my worst fucking nightmare. She thought someone's messaged me saying I've got a son with someone. But they're all about that. This Brian McLaren kid, the kid from up in, I don't know, with this Syrian kid. Funny, I'd see it. It is better to get 200 members at £20 than 10 at 50. Yeah, I think you can join at a voluntary price, can't you? That's the point. Maybe you should stand for UKIP. Yeah, you can. I believe. You're right. It seems that Nigel Farage, look at the way he spoke about people. That's what winds me up. Look at the way he spoke about people. Look how out of touch he is. Look at his defensive issues around Islam. He defends Islam. He defends it. He defends it. I guarantee you Nigel Farage has never been in a working class estate past 7 p.m. ever in his life, as he looks down his nose upon all of us. Anyway, there's been loads of pictures of me in Hearts top because I'm a Hearts fan now, because some people are telling me who I can and can't associate with or speak to. But anyway. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't joined, join UKIP. If not, please try to attend on the 9th on Sunday the 9th. It will be a family event. Don't believe the hysteria. Don't believe the media. Don't believe the lies. Anyone who's come to any of my demonstrations, any of my events, you will see the people. It's the best of Britain. Come along.